Hey, yo, it's Big Zay, man, the king of trunk music, liquor store all-star, and you tune in with the Rev and the Bear podcast. Get blessed on the way to work, you feel me?
Hey guys, welcome to the first live recording of the Rev and the Bear show. I am your host, The Rev, here with my good friend, Chris the Bear Collins.
The Bear. That is, for all you know, these are bright.
Yeah, this is who we are.
Yeah, like you guys finally get to see it, and I just want to let you know, this right here is the best symbol you can ever give. It's not a gang sign, it's the bear sign. So, we're gonna get started off really quick here. The first topic we're gonna talk about, of course, it is finally here. NFL playoffs are finally here, folks.
The playoffs are here.
And I hope you all excited for this first weekend, especially it's playing on Saturdays now, which is a little different.
Yeah, I like it though, because no college football, because the championship game's on Monday, so now we have both going on.
Yep, so the first matchup we got is Indianapolis versus Houston, in Houston, of course, this Saturday at 1:35. Now, I'm going to give keys to each team on how they can win. The Rev is going to give you the winner of each game. Now, you can agree to disagree at home, but all in all, we say goes. All right, so the first one is Indianapolis. First key to the game, protect Andrew Luck, which they have been doing very well all season. The defense needs to contain Deshaun Watson mainly from running the ball. And also, when they have possession of the ball with Andrew Luck in that offense, is to consume time. Keep Houston off the field with their offense. For Houston, a little different. O-line needs to make space for the run game. I think Lamar Miller needs some more space.
He does.
To get in there. Give the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. That is Deshaun Watson's plan.
No drops this season.
No drops. And then finally, last but not least, is defense break down the O-line quick. So J.J. Watt, Clowney, all of them need to break down that impenetrable Indianapolis O-line to get to Andrew Luck within, I would say, a matter of no more than 3 seconds. So those are the keys to the game. Rev here, he looks like he's analyzing everything right now.
Looking at both these teams play each other, the way they played each other this year, both games came down to a field goal to win it.
That's
Houston
true.
won in Indy,
Yep.
37-34. Indy won in Houston, 24-21. Luck has been sacked 18 times. That's the fewest in the NFL.
That's
Last
crazy.
year, the Colts gave up 58, which was the most in the NFL.
So they're doing something right there.
Crazy O-line work. They obviously know how to contain Deshaun. They've done it multiple games now.
You're taking your time with this one. This is a difficult one right now.
This is the game I've been waiting. This is my favorite game of the wild card. This is my number one game. I think it's the best.
It's the
I think
it's most
the best
balanced.
match.
It's most balanced.
Plus, it's a division game. So
True.
They've
That's very true.
They've already played each other twice this year.
Yep.
This will be the third time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna go Houston. I feel like Deshaun breaks the Houston streak in the playoffs, and they get going.
All right, so we got Houston for game 1. Game 2 on Saturday is Seattle at Dallas at 5:35. These are all Western times, people. So just to let you know, for the people back east at 3 hours or Central 2 hours too. Seattle's first key is defense needs to rush and contain Ezekiel Elliott from running, which no team has really seemed to figure that out yet, but hopefully they can. Russell Wilson, no crazy plays. I think if he is efficient with the ball, he doesn't need to be crazy with the ball. And like I said, with efficiency on offense. So when you get on the field, it's not just 3 and out or field goal. It is score touchdowns. Dallas, Dak needs to start off hot and not come out in the second half hot. Defense can't get burned over this behind them. So secondary needs to show up that game because they do have Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett that will basically burn you in the back end there. And then defense for Dallas needs to rush Wilson. Make him run, make him make those crazy plays and everything like that so the ball could go really anywhere. And those are your keys to the game. Rev, who do you got?
I'm just saying, you're doing some really good keys here. This is really good. I feel like we're like the pregame.
I studied very hard.
It shows. And I feel like we're doing the pregame for like the Sunday night game.
This is
like 4 keys to success.
We might be on Fox Sports here soon.
You know, these kids, people will help us out. This game's easier to call. I'm going Seahawks.
Ooh, going with my team.
As much as I hate it because it is your team, I am going Seattle. By a good margin. I think they win by 10.
Oh, wow. All right. So now we're going to Sunday's game. The first game for Sunday is Chargers versus Baltimore, a rematch that just happened recently.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that is at 10:05 Western time on Sunday morning. So Chargers, first off, get hot, Phillip Rivers. I don't know what's going on lately, but he needs to get hot. Defense for the Chargers need to keep doing what they have been doing. Nothing needs to change or anything like that. They have been playing great all season.
This is true.
So just keep it like that. Phillip Rivers needs to stay short in passing game. He scares me when he throws the ball long, even though he can do it, but it's just so inaccurate. And I think if you stick to like cross routes or anything like that, you'll get a touchdown every time. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson has to have better looks. He is great on the ground. We get that. What can he do with passing wise? We need to see more of it. Chargers are going to expect him to run more than pass. So maybe if you change it up with a pass, there's probably like 2 extra touchdowns right there. Veterans on defense, like Eric Weddle and those guys
He
back
got a
there.
big payday, by the way.
Yeah.
He got a big payday for them making the playoffs.
So they need to show their presence. They need to show why they are there. They are a key role in that defense and get them hyped up. And do not play zone defense on Keenan Allen or Benjamin for the Chargers.
Oh, yeah, they will eat you alive.
So those are the keys to the game. Rev, who you got?
So, did you know that Lamar Jackson set the rushing attempts record by
Yes.
a quarterback? He didn't start till week 11.
That's crazy. So next year, expect a lot if he does start at the beginning of the season. So
Which I think he will. LA. I am on your side here.
okay, so we're going LA
No.
here. Oh,
I am on your side.
Oh no,
Phillip, I love you to death. But come on, guys. You're falling apart at the wrong time. You can't do that. Baltimore's getting hot at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing in Baltimore. I'm going Baltimore.
So we got Baltimore.
As much as I hate it, I'm going Baltimore.
All right, so that moves on to the last and final game of the weekend. Philadelphia at Chicago at 1:40 Western time. Philadelphia, here are your keys to the game. Hopefully you listen to this podcast because you guys will probably win. Nick Foles, stay hot. You are killing the game right now. Please stay hot. Defense, you got to kill Chicago's momentum. Once that momentum goes for the offense on Chicago, you can't really stop it. So if you can get some big stops early, maybe you have a chance. Don't be a second half team. Philadelphia has been coming back with wins, except for a couple. But if you start hot, you stay hot. That's how you win football games. Chicago, these are your keys. Keep the swag.
Yeah, I love the swag, dude.
Gotta
I
keep
love
the
it.
swag in the locker room. It is just it gets everybody hyped. Even the fans get hyped. So you got home turf. So keep it up. Trubisky has to have a no huddle offense, I think, and I think he has the right people around him to do it. I don't know if they will, but I think it'll definitely tire out that Philadelphia defense really quick. And then give Cohen at least 20 attempts of rushing. I think Philadelphia's defensive line is not that good. So, Rev, who you got?
Chicago.
Chicago.
And here's why. Philly, you're riding hope and a dream, and I love that you have hope, and I love you believe in Nick Foles, and he's going to take you back to the promised land and get you to the other ring. But then you have Carson Wentz.
Yeah, you guys are stuck with that.
So are you turning your back on Carson Wentz because Nick Foles can step in when he's hurt? I mean, I get it, but it's kind of shitty. And here's my thing. Nick Foles has bruised ribs, and Philly sucks on the road.
Yep.
Philly is awful on the road, and Chicago's lost one game at home, and it was to a good team, not a Philly team. Chicago takes it.
So let's backtrack here before we move on to the next topic of the night. So we got Houston over Indy.
Yep.
Seattle over Dallas.
Yep.
Baltimore over Chargers.
And a heartbreaking decision.
And Chicago over Philly. Those sound about right to me. The fans at home that are listening and watching this, tune in this weekend to find out what really happens.
Comment your stuff on the video and the podcast, and I'll prove you wrong.
So, I don't know what we've been doing for... How are we doing for predictions now?
We actually...
Because this was the last weekend that we had.
It was.
And I don't know if you've done your homework with
I
tallying.
have not done.
We've been busy, folks.
Tallying.
We've been busy. It's been a busy sports week.
It's been a busy sports week. Been a busy work week for us.
Yeah.
So in the description, I will list the results of that.
Oh, see, I gotta watch it now.
So, well, we need to get the views up. So,
yeah. For all, just really quick, hey, if you got friends and family that love sports, share this podcast and
or
let
if
them.
they don't, share it anyway. Tell them to watch it, and we'll give them $1.
Exactly. $1.
$1, yeah.
Okay.
$1 a view. So, yeah.
We're really doing that. Oh my god! Don't listen to that, folks. But we do have a Facebook page. We do have an Instagram now. We do have a Twitter.
Yep.
So
it's all up and running.
You have multiple social media to look at this. So
and we're going on Spotify after this. This podcast is going to be the first one on Spotify for us. All things will be in the description when we post the video, and get our name out there, guys.
Yep. All right. So moving on, we're gonna talk about MLB here. So I got a couple different subjects here. All right. First one is for all the baseball fans out there: will the Mets make the playoffs?
No.
Why not?
They're the Mets.
They're the Mets. So I'm also going with no, because they're the Mets. And they're going to have injuries, because they're the Mets. And it's going to affect their starting rotation, because they're the Mets. And that's how it's going to go.
But also,
they're
in a tough division.
It's gotten weaker.
Not
with Atlanta.
Atlanta's reemerged.
With the Nats.
Nats have dropped.
Marlins.
They're still competitive. I don't count the Marlins. Phillies are,
yeah, that's
so
true.
You gotta think. You still gotta compete with the Nats, who are still a decent team.
Yeah.
Not a great team, but decent team. And Atlanta and Philly, who were bottom feeders 2 years ago, and now they're both in the come up.
Yeah. So, I'll give you credit, though. The Mets have made good moves.
They've made the right moves.
They have made good moves. It's a matter of, to me, is your durability and healthiness at the end of the season is what it's going to come down to.
But we both agreed the Mets.
It's the Mets.
Yeah.
But also, here's another one. Since they are making the most moves, which is really weird because the Mariners usually make the most moves, do they make one more big splash before spring training? Hence, JT Realmuto? Or maybe Yasmani Grandal? They do need a catcher.
They do need a catcher. I don't think they make the big money move.
Okay. So, another thing is, we're talking about the Mariners. Seattle, I love you to death. And we just signed Kikuchi, or how you say his name?
Yeah,
the Japanese star.
Love him.
He is a star in Japan at pitching, and if you haven't seen that slider, you need to check out some highlights.
It's such a dirty slider. It's so good.
It is the most filthiest thing I've seen in a while. I think he's better than Shohei Ohtani at pitching.
If you are a fan of baseball, go look at this dude's highlights. It
is incredible, and he's there for 4 years at $56 million, which I think is cheap. That is cheap, folks, for baseball.
You know, he went for that price and a autographed picture of Ichiro.
Yeah,
that's all
he got to meet Ichiro.
Yeah, so I mean that's all he really wanted.
Speaking of Ichiro, he'll be on the starting roster in Japan for the opening series with Oakland and Seattle, which is going to be awesome.
I saw that. Yeah.
So one more topic for the Mariners: are they heading the right direction by getting younger? They've made a lot of moves to get rid of veterans, especially like Robinson Cano. They didn't re-sign Nelson Cruz, but they have a lot of young star talent coming back to the organization, which they were dead last in prospects.
So, getting younger was the right move. Getting younger this quick and the way they did it, I don't think was the right. I think they went about it the wrong way to get younger.
Well, the way I look at it is, it's almost like the presidential campaign. We're going for 2020,
and I get that, and it makes a good point because you got to think. Philly and Atlanta, two teams that really broke through this year.
They're about to win it.
One
of them is.
I mean,
Atlanta's young though.
I know because if everybody remembers, we had Anderson Simmons, Craig Kimbrell, the Upton brothers.
Yeah.
We had all of them, and we traded them away for prospects and draft picks.
And now they're finally.
And now we went out and got the prospects, and we used the draft picks correctly. And now we have this young core coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So if Seattle can do that and keep this core together, then it's the right move.
It all comes down to healthiness, folks. In any sport. If you're not healthy, you ain't playing.
That's true.
Bottom line. So, moving on to a very hot topic that a lot of MLB followers on Instagram were very upset today.
Oh, I'm still mad about it.
With a post that they posted.
I'm still mad about it.
But we're going to go with the news about Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. There's news about Bryce Harper. I think he's talking with the Phillies. Who is he talking?
Phillies.
He's talked to the Phillies.
Dodgers and Nats are back in
Nats.
the race.
To me, the best fit for winning a championship, honestly, is Philly than the Dodgers. Because Dodgers gave up a lot to make room for him. Phillies don't have to make room. They have the cap space for him already, and they already signed McCutchen there too. And the Nats, I don't think have a chance of making the playoffs, even though their starting rotation is still really good. But I think he goes to Philly.
I think Harper wants out of Washington.
Most definitely.
They can offer him all the money in the world.
Yep.
I'm done with that city. Philly does make sense, but I still think he wants a change of scenery. Yes, it's Philly, but Philly and DC are not really that far apart.
No, and it's the same division.
Same division. You're not getting that. Yeah, you're changing. Your colors don't even change.
You're saying he goes to the Dodgers?
Yeah, because even his colors don't change. You're still red and white.
That's true.
The only thing that changes is the name.
The NL West is really weak. Really weak.
And I think he goes to the Dodgers because, yeah, they traded away a lot.
Yeah.
But what you trade away, if you get Harper, you won't miss it.
True. Very true. And he's a power bat they need. Machado, kind of talking. Honestly, I think there's more hype around Bryce Harper than Manny Machado. But Manny Machado seems like, to me, he's going to the White Sox.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's going for less than $300 million, which was his set price. And I think it's around $200 million, so probably shorter.
I think it helps that his brother-in-law plays.
Oh, yeah, Yonder Alonso, huh?
Yeah,
he
so
got
I
traded.
think that kind of helps out a little bit.
But the money situation, do you think Yonder talked to him and was like, hey, come here for cheaper money?
I think so. I think Chicago has something brewing.
I don't know. I can't. They're like the Mariners. They're like the Padres. 2020.
I think if they get Machado, they're gonna have something kind of brewing in the works. And
Yes.
I think Machado.
They'll win more games.
Yeah, and Machado is the face. He
True.
is. People aren't gonna be going to watch, Alonso. They're gonna go watch Machado, which is ultimately what he wants.
Yep. All right. So with this being said, we're talking about a whole bunch of teams, right? We're gonna make some bold predictions here. Who makes the playoffs? Starting with division winners. So with the National League West, I'm picking the Dodgers. Who are you picking?
I'm going Arizona.
Oh.
I like Arizona.
Without Paul Goldschmidt?
I like Arizona.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I like Arizona.
So we got some debate there.
I like Arizona.
NL Central, I got St. Louis because they made a lot of big picks.
I kept St. Louis winning it all, man. They made all the right moves.
NL East, I got Atlanta.
I also have Atlanta, but that's just because I'm biased.
AL West, I have Houston still because they signed Michael Brantley is what they needed.
Yeah, Houston's too hard to disagree with.
AL Central, I got Minnesota. Minnesota has made big picks. Nelson Cruz is there now. They have Torres, and they got Scope. They filled some big shoes there. Plus, they kind of need help on their starting rotation. Yes, and Joe Mauer's not there anymore. That is sad. But I think the Indians have kind of, because they haven't really signed anybody this year.
Yeah.
They haven't made a big splash. They don't need to, but I think it would help them, especially losing Michael Brantley, who came off a great comeback season. It was phenomenal.
I'm still gonna go with Indians just because they didn't change anything.
Okay.
They found
it makes sense.
They found what's working for them over the past couple of years. I think it continues.
I got the AL East going to the Yankees.
I have it going to Boston.
So why I picked the Yankees over Boston? Here's the reason why. Boston had their time to shine. Now the Yankees are out for redemption.
Yeah, and I fully agree with that.
And then my wild cards. So my two wild cards. My number one for the National League. I got the Brewers, the Brew Crew.
I like it.
It is a filthy, filthy team. And if you guys don't know what filthy means back at home or listening to this, it means it is phenomenal. Basically in the sports world.
Yep.
My second wild card team, I got the Phillies.
Yeah, I like both those.
Even if they don't get Bryce Harper, I still think they make it. I think they do very well this season. They got a lot of key players that they picked up, especially with McCutchen coming there now for multiple seasons. I think it's a good presence of young talent and veterans.
I like them both, except I'm going to put Phillies at number 1 and the Dodgers at number 2.
Dodgers.
I do like the Brewers pick.
So you're saying the Dodgers are a wild card team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you picked the Diamondbacks. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Duh. All right, so my number one wild card for the AL is Boston. You're gonna probably pick the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm reversing those two.
Okay, and then AL wild card number 2, I got the Angels because new coach with Brad Ausmus. Plus, they made some key moves. They got Jonathan Lucroy,
Yeah.
Justin Bour. Now they just need a kind of like a steady second baseman, but everybody else is still there. Simmons, Trout, Calhoun, Upton, Ohtani. Ohtani's playing on the field. He's not even pitching this year. I got the Angels shot in the dark. I know a lot of people put hype around them every year because they have the greatest player that is probably going to play baseball of all time. Who you got?
I'm going Athletics again.
Athletics.
I think they make it again.
Billy Bean.
I like it. Kyler Murray's going to take him to the
Murray.
Take him to the playoffs.
If here's the thing, if Oakland plays him like starting throughout the season, I think that's a bad move.
I think it is too, but
We'll see.
I still think Oakland.
2 biggest busts of Major League Baseball. I have the Indians and Mets. Reason why? Indians didn't make key moves, and they're gonna be hurt in depth. And the Mets are the Mets.
I like the Mets.
So the Mets are bust. That's a common interest.
I'm going with the Mariners.
Okay. Well, all right. Just see me after this podcast.
I mean,
all right?
but you gotta have to understand
Catch
why.
me outside.
Yeah, they had so much potential, and then with these moves, I just.
You can't say they're a bust because everybody knows that young talent is not
But
always
they have
there.
But they have this hype though. They have this.
There's no hype.
There's some hype, dude.
Oh,
there's some hype.
All right, so I'm seeing it from outside of Seattle fan perspective that there is hype around us. So we have the longest playoff drought.
Yeah, I know.
Why is there hype around us?
Because the moves they've been making on different reports, people are like, "Oh, it's a great move. It's a good move for them. It's a great move."
I don't know.
So,
if I was GM of that team, I think we would have been in the playoffs 2 years ago.
if you don't want me to take the Mariners pick,
No, you can take the Mariners pick.
my-
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, I don't know where the hype is coming
my
from.
other bust would be whoever gets Harper.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a good one. And final question for MLB is the Super Bullpen nowadays basically what you need to win in Major League Baseball? Is that a requirement for a team to win?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to say yes and no. I've done my homework, all right? If you guys don't know what a Super Bullpen is, it's the new thing now that all Major League teams are doing. Like, their starting pitchers are going, 5-6 innings most?
Yeah.
And they are going straight to the bullpen. It doesn't even matter if they're winning or not. They go straight to the bullpen. I say yes. Reason why you change a batter's perspective and everything like that. That's the point of going to a bullpen. Also, it relieves stress on your starting rotation and the healthiness of them.
Yep.
And I also say no, because if you already have starters that can eat innings, like Corey Kluber, like almost like the Indians rotation, if they can eat innings and still not feel pain, then you don't need it.
I mean, you don't need it.
But what I'm saying is if you don't need it, then there's that cap space where you can use it on the field.
Here's the thing, though. These Super Bullpens are making it to the World Series.
So I would say Houston and Boston were both Super Bullpens that have won.
I'm talking the Dodgers up to they didn't really play anybody.
True. Boston used Nathan Eovaldi, who was a starter, into the bullpen, which I hope they use him back as a starter. They need it.
They do, but like I see a lot of people do it. I mean, Atlanta, we didn't use it correctly, obviously, because we were still terrible. But we have gone that route of taking these starting pitchers, throwing them in our bullpen, and it's helping us out in the long run.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think
more to yes.
More it helps you more than it hurts you.
More to the yes side. All right. So now we're going to the NHL. NHL isn't too crazy, but I'm gonna ask for you all not to look at this jersey. It's a disgusting jersey. Do you want to say what they always say at the?
Go Knights, go baby.
There it is. Okay, and then we have this right here. All right. Will Calgary stay the hottest team in Western Conference? I say yes because they have the best chemistry of any team.
Yeah, they're
besides Tampa Bay. I'm talking about Western Conference.
yeah. Tampa is the best team, but Calgary can do no wrong.
Nope. They have everything they need.
They gave up 4 goals the other day and still won. Most teams are giving up 4 goals or losing.
Yep.
So for them to be able to do that and be like,
it's called not panicking.
Yeah, it's 4 goals. We'll win.
Yep. Now, speaking of Tampa Bay, does Tampa Bay win the Stanley Cup?
No.
Ooh, I say yes.
I say no.
Why?
They're... What's the team I'm looking for here? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Is it a Western? Well, of course.
No, it's an NFL team.
An NFL team?
Oh, what's it called? Oh, that's right. The Cowboys. They're just like the Cowboys.
So they choke.
They get to the playoffs, and everyone's like, "Yeah, okay,
no.
yeah, we're here. We win the playoffs."
That's a low blow.
And then they don't. Well, do something in the playoffs.
They've been to the Stanley Cup recently.
Did they win it?
No.
Okay, then.
They can't just win with Steve Stamkos, which they do now have better players.
They do have better players, but I still think.
That's a low blow. That was harsh.
I still think
that was like a stab in the heart.
And
I'm not even a Lightning fan. I do like you going after the Cowboys though.
Like Lightning fans, I get
good.
it. But Dallas did. See,
all right.
They're gonna choke. I don't see him doing it.
And here's a kind of off topic here. Arizona, will they stay in Phoenix? And I have a little source here. The CEO, let me read it off for you. The CEO of the Coyotes, who is I think his name is Aaron Cohen, gave a New Year message to fans and kind of hinted that we're here to stay, depending on the investors who buy the team. And then, depending on that, also determines there is the possibility of us leaving. So they still have no clue what is going on. But I think that there will still be a Coyote team in Arizona, not in Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm saying they leave Arizona.
You think they're gone?
I think they leave Arizona.
Like, the Coyote name and everything gone?
No, I think they leave the Coyotes. Depending on where they... I think they... I mean, the Coyotes is a good name. I love the name.
Yeah, I love the logo.
Love the logo. Love everything about it. Love the stadium.
The stadium, when you walk in, it starts at top, and then you go down.
I love everything about it. I hate this in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they're going to move because what does every team do when they're consistently low?
They move to a higher area.
Yeah, no fan base.
Yep.
They're going to go to an area where they can
look at the
get
NFL.
Fans. Yeah, I mean, look at Winnipeg. Winnipeg was in Atlanta.
Yep.
What happened in Atlanta? Consistently low attendance. Now they're in Winnipeg. Now they're Jets.
Winning. They're winning.
Yeah, so maybe they need to change up scenery.
All right, now on to the NBA. Our final topic of the night. Is Anthony Davis going to LA?
No.
I totally agree with that. You know why? Because Anthony Davis is going to cost too much for LA, and they can't give that up if they want to win.
So there's only one team, and I've talked this with you before. They can go after AD. That's the Celtics. You send the Pelicans Hayward and some draft picks.
Yep.
They send you AD
That makes sense.
and nothing else. And I want to say this real quick before we continue on the NBA. Congratulations to the Grizzlies. Sorry. You finally sold Marshawn Brooks.
Yep.
You finally get rid of him.
You finally figured out which Brooks.
Yeah, someone finally wanted the Brooks that you were trying to give away. Oh. So good for you guys.
So next topic is Philly a team to be scared of in the East for like the Raptors and Celtics? No?
No.
Even with Jimmy Butler there?
No.
No? Okay.
Jimmy Butler having out with the coach right now.
I'm going to say yeah, just because I think they're like the dark horse.
They are a dark horse team, but like I said, you went after and got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And he's this big name now for you guys, and he's already beefing with the coach.
I did not see that.
Yeah, he's already beefing with the coach.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah. So, no.
Okay, and then now we're going to Derrick Rose. On top of fan votes, I think he's number 3.
Number 2.
Is he number 2 now?
Number 2.
Ooh. He's going to the All-Star game, folks, and that is going to hint a Comeback Player of the Year award.
I don't like it.
Why?
Yes, he's had some really breakout games. They're not consistent breakout games.
Okay, I get it.
And so I think fans are getting caught up in it's MVP D Rose. It's D Rose. Let's put him in.
But who else can compete for the Comeback Player of the Year award? You can say Hayward?
Hayward could. Kyrie could.
I wouldn't say Kyrie because he got hurt later on in the season.
Still missed a good chunk of that.
Plus, you can't put 2 of the Celtics on there. I think Hayward's a better choice because he broke his legs straight out of the season.
And I'm not saying he could still win the Comeback of the Player award. I'm not saying I'm not against him winning that award. He's playing phenomenal and he's doing good. But for him to be second in the votes for the All-Star game,
Yeah.
I think it's people getting caught up in the nostalgia and the, it's MVP. He went back to Chicago and he dropped this many points and he had a 50-point game. And
Well, it's also Towns isn't showing up and Wiggins
and
isn't
he's
showing
not,
up.
I understand why he's performing the way he is.
Yeah.
But it's still inconsistent. Look at the numbers. It's still not consistent enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not LeBron, Harden, Curry. It's not that type of consistency. So for that, I'm like...
So my guy to pick for the comeback player of the year, I would pick Isaiah Thomas. He is killing it with Denver.
Yeah.
I don't care if he doesn't have the points for it. Nobody expected Denver to be the number 1 team in the West. Or close to it. They're kind of fluctuating up and down with it, but I think Isaiah Thomas deserves, especially with the story.
Yeah, the story's there, but the story's also there with, D Rose.
Yeah.
So.
So with D Rose in question for comeback player of the year, what does Minnesota need to do to become a competitive team again? They're close. They're close. They need. I think if they get one more pick, they can get to that 6 to 8 seed. But who are they gonna get? They have no money. Towns and Wiggin are taking a lot of your salary.
You gotta offload them to a team that would be willing to.
So you go for draft picks, maybe?
I don't think trade draft picks. There's some good young talent that teams would be willing to part with.
I think Lonzo Ball can get traded there.
I don't think LA wants to trade Alonzo.
That's crazy.
He's having a good season.
He's having a good season when LeBron's not playing.
He's having a good season when LeBron is playing.
He has good defense. I'll give him that.
He has good and his assist numbers are top notch. Him and LeBron are starting to click. I think Lonzo's starting to find his kind of niche there.
I like it.
In LA.
I like what you just said. That was good.
Minnesota, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to make you better. Maybe give Wiggins and Towns some incentive to play better.
They need Doc there.
You know.
Somehow the Clippers are doing good with Doc. So
they need Jimmy Butler to come back, and
he's not coming back.
You guys to figure that out.
He was actually excited to go there when he first got traded.
Yeah, and then stuff happened, and so I don't know if it was Jimmy Butler's side or front office side. All I know is I'm blaming the front office because that's usually more the problem than the players.
All right, 2 more topics here. Will Houston perform well in the playoffs if they make the playoffs, which I feel like they are now?
Oh, they're gonna. I say they go on the run. They get the 2 seed or the 3 seed, and they're gonna do great in the playoffs.
All right, and then who wins the Western Conference in the NBA?
It's a tough one
because it is tougher in the West than the East this year. I've got. It's so hard with the West. I'm sorry, and I hate to say it. I got Golden State. Somehow, some way, they're gonna do it.
The playoffs.
They're gonna do it. It's not the Lakers. The Lakers aren't gonna make the conference finals. They'll get close. They'll get to the round before it. It'll be Houston and Golden State again.
I agree that it will be Houston, Golden State.
You got Houston though, huh?
I want Houston.
I want Houston. Look at Golden State. They have everybody still, and DeMarcus Cousins is possibly back in February.
I mean, yeah, and I get that. I'm still going Houston. I think Houston's going to come on this roll.
But it is a rematch of the finals from last year. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
All right, and that concludes all the topics for tonight on the Rev and the Bear Sports Podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for our next episode. This is episode 10.
This is episode 10.
This is
the Big 10.
The Big 10, the Big X. For all you first viewers and listeners out there, you got to see the first ever live show here.
See our faces.
Beautiful. I don't know. Some of them are okay, you know. Welcome to, what do you call your podcast?
Yeah, the At Home Sports Show studio. Welcome.
This is it. And this is where the magic happens when, if you listen to anything before episode 10.
This is where it all goes down.
I think for now, I think we're going to be doing live shows.
Yeah, live shows. So. Also be doing live solo shows for the At Home Sports Show, which will just cover the Premier League, MLS, transfer rumors, and starting up by popular demand. I mean, this has been getting a lot of... I've been getting a lot of messages about this, no lie. We cover NASCAR as well.
NASCAR?
Yeah, I've got a lot of...
I got to do some research on that.
Well, like I said, it's going to be on the solo show. So we can stick to the main 4 on this show. I will cover the more smaller...
You are from Atlanta.
So
it's kind of in your blood.
You know, a little bit.
A little bit. I don't got it. But I can definitely... I know Jimmy Johnson.
There you go.
That's my favorite. right there because he wins all the time.
All right, guys, and as always, check out Big Zay Mac.
Big Zay Mac.
If you're in Mississippi, he has a big show coming up in Jackson. Go check him out.
What about Benji?
Andro Benji.
Yep.
Check him out. He has a new album dropping soon. More details to come on that. And thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, and hopefully you guys tune in next week. Share this to your friends and family out there.
And subscribe.